Okay. I'm just letting a couple of other people get in here. So Bart, you let me know if my volume dips, okay? Can everybody hear me from back here about like this? Say yes or no, Bart.
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So let's go ahead and start. And again, I'm just letting people come in. With your feet right underneath your hips. So if you have your toes all the way together, turn the toes out slightly, and then heels to line up with the toes, then we are in negocios. So from here, let's go ahead, take your hands to the front of your hips for just a moment. And we're gonna take a big breath and then use an exhale and just float some weight back. Good, so I want you to watch the movement of your thighs here with your hands as you exhale and just move weight back. Let's try this just a few times. So you'll inhale standing up, nice and tall. I feel like it'll be more formal if I tie my sweatpants. There we go. All right, and then exhale, move your weight back. Let's try just a couple more of these, just waking up the backs of the legs, your knees, etc. So go ahead and now pause with your hands on your thighs here for just a moment, and you're gonna raise the right heel. As you raise the right heel, see if you can push your left heel down deep and feel that action in the backs of the legs. Make sure your kneecaps face forward when you do this, right? So you don't want the leg to turn out, you wanna keep the leg facing, the kneecap facing forward. So now from here, see if you can exhale and change the position of your 2 feet. Take another big breath, inhale, and then exhale, really push through the feet to change the weight. Inhale and exhale, change. Good, if you wanna add arms, get a little arm action in there so that arms change position as the legs change position, and really try to ground through the feet, just waking up your balance here. A couple more times. Just slow movement to get us started. Exhale into that hardest part of the movement for you. Let's go 3 and 2 and 1. Very nice. Can you pause with both heels lifted for just a moment? And then so now send the heels back and your arms forward. And then we'll exhale and lift the heels and drop both elbows into your sides. So let's exhale, push out with the thighs, push out with the arms, and then bring it all back in nice and tall. Trying to stabilize the ankle joint. Good, inhale, reaching. Let's exhale, pull into the center. Inhale, reach. And then exhale, pull into the center. 2 more, inhale, reach. And exhale, pull to the center. Inhale, reach. Just hold back here for just a moment. And then let the thighs move down and up. So you're just gonna take them slow, steady little movement there for 10, 9, and 8, and 7, and 6, 5. The front of the rib cage is pulling in to support this low back, the length in the low back. 2, and 1. Very nice. So now bring your hands to the thighs and the drum roll. Excellent. All day, and I hope you're drum rolling. All right, and then from there, squeeze, pull your shoulder blades together. Stretch the front of your throat. And then exhale, round and let the head move towards your knees. So you're gonna inhale, stretch up, 2, 3, and then exhale, round to under, 2, 3. Inhale, stretch up, 2, 3, and exhale, round under. Good, so each time your head lifts, you want to feel the front of your throat stretch. And every time the head comes down, the navel really pulls in, and Bart, stretch in between those shoulder blades here. Let's actually inhale for just a moment. And then exhale, bring your hands to the inner thighs, drop the top of your head down, and really move this space as best you can between your shoulder blades. Get a big stretch. Shake of the head no. Nod the head yes. Inhale, move the hands back to the sides, bringing yourself up Now just float the arms back for a moment. And we're gonna take the arms down and up for 10, 9, and 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Good. Now from here, take your arms wide, and we're gonna exhale, stand tall. Stand tall. Paul is tall. And then exhale, arms float out. So we're gonna inhale, arms pull in as the thighs lift. Good. Exhaling out. If you want to add a little heel lift, you can do just that. Inhale. So the heels might lift. As your arms pull in, we'll open out. 2, 3, and pull in. 2, 3, take 2 more. Out. 2, 3, moving in. 2, 3, out. 2, 3, moving in. 2, 3, hold. Arms up, heels lower. Inhale. And then exhale, lift the heels, lower the arms. Let's try that just a couple more times. You'll inhale, arms up, heels down, and then exhale, lift. So I want you to feel the back of the heels lifting, and that's initiating the whole backs of the legs, right? So from the heels to the sitting bones, we're connecting here. Inhale, lowering the arms, lowering the legs. Lifting the arms, lowering the legs. Good. Exhale right back into your center. And then let's set the heels down for just a moment. Can you pick up your little weights? Picking up, and if you're using little weights, it looks like Bronwyn Velcroed mine together earlier. That was handy. Thank you, child. And then let's see. So picking them up, and we're gonna put them just in your hands. And from here, we're gonna turn heels together and your toes apart. And then let's exhale, bring the elbows right to the front of the rib cage. And then open. So you're gonna open the knees out to the side and take your forearms out to the side, and then exhale and close. You'll inhale, open arms, feel a little action in the biceps. And then exhale right up. Inhale, open, 2, 3. Exhale, close, 2, 3. Inhale, open, 2, 3. Exhale, close, 2, 3. Inhale, open. And exhale, close. Good. Inhale. Let's just hold a little bend in the knees. Hold your chest open. And then from here, extend the knees as your arms reach up. Good, and we're gonna pull elbows into your sides as the knees bend. So you're gonna exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Again, feel the backs of the legs pulling towards one another, especially as you lengthen. So here we go. Take another 3. And exhale, lifting 2. And exhale, lift 1. Now hold the arms up. See if you can lift the heels. And then once again, we're just gonna soften the knees down and up for 10, 9, and 8, and 7, and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, set the heels down. Step the 2 feet a little bit wider. And now from here, let's see, you're gonna let your, let's do the right arm come across the body. And then exhale, bend and open. So you're gonna take just the right arm a few times and open. You can hold the opposite bicep up. So you'll exhale into a big lift. Inhale and exhale. Good. So now on this last little round here, hold the bend in the knees and then see about doing a little sweep with the right arm, almost working through a figure 8. Good. And again, your shoulder blades pulling together, abdomen engaged, your knees staying open. Good. Try 3. Going the other way, drawing a little infinity. Excellent. 2 and 1. Good. So hold that arm, and now let the left arm reach up. And we'll come across. You're gonna bend and open, close and lower. close and lower. You should probably feel some significant energy there in your opposite bicep, right? So stabilizing on one side. This is our working at a restaurant workout. Good. So now let's see, can you hold a bend in the knees and then figure eight with the opposite arm, with the left arm. Good. So here we go. Take a 3 and 2 and 1, and then change the direction. 3 and 2 and 1, and exhale, release the arms. Good. So now we're gonna turn the palms down this go round, and exhale, stretch and reach out. Good, both sides. So inhale, big breath, and exhale out. Good, couple more, inhale, and exhale out. 3, inhale, and exhale, reach it out. 2, inhale, and exhale out. 1, can we hold and circle the arms inside the shoulder sockets for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Circle the other way. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale and exhale, release. Good, take a second and circle your neck. And you can circle the other way, making sure you're not holding any of that tension as the arms move away from your center in the neck. And in fact, what will help us do that is that idea of scapular depression, right? So the shoulder blades always pull down as the arms reach out. So let's try this. Bring your 2 weights together now. And we're gonna take another bend in the knees. And then this time, fold the forearms back. So you're just working the triceps, the backs of the arms. Try to keep the neck long, especially as the arms extend. So let's see, exhale, take it, 5. Good, and you're gonna exhale, lift and reach, 4. Inhale, exhale, lift, 3. Exhale, lift, 2. Exhale, lift, 1. Can you hold the lift? Can you raise your left heel up? And then we're just gonna pulse for 10, 9, and 8, 7, 6, 5. Really focus on opening the right knee. 3, 2, and 1. Switching legs. Now the right heel lifts, but instead of letting the heel fall back, roll it forward. And that will help you even more deeply engage the inner thigh. Here we go. Take it down and up for 10, 9, and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now if we've got 2 heels, again, roll the heels forward, roll the knees out, and pulse from the thighs for 10 and 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, pause. Lengthen your 2 legs out for just a moment. Set your weights down. We might come back to them in a little bit. And from here, reach the arms out. Ooh, they're light. They are weight-free, weightless arms. So now from here, take a big stretch. Reach toward your right leg. And then exhale and reach towards the left. So I'm gonna just take this a few times. Inhale, stacking the spine, and then exhale, reaching over nice and long. Good. Exhale to reach. Back. And exhale to reach. Now this time, go ahead and turn the left toes out. And you're gonna inhale and reach all the way over towards letting the ribs move over the thigh bone. And then exhale, reach back and away. Can we take like 3 or 4 more of these? Inhale, reaching towards the long leg, and then exhale out and away. Good, inhale, reaching over, and exhale, back and away. Excellent, so go ahead, pause, turn those toes back in, and now you're gonna turn your right toes out. Inhale, so again, see, you wanna keep the hips, ribs, shoulders lined up, and then reach the torso towards the toes that are turned out. There we go. Over 2, 3. I'm coming up, 2, 3. A trick. When you lift, push down with your feet, right? So you really feel affirming through the legs. An affirming, firming through the legs, especially as you lift. Good, so right here in this movement, I'm gonna push into the feet and it almost just lets my torso float up. Good, okay, fancy bow. Fancy, fancy, fancy bow. You can take all those toes, turn them forward, fancy bow the other way. Good. Fancy bow, the opposite arm. Good, and then right back up. So now with the 10 toes facing forward for just a moment, go ahead, this time move the thighs back and continue to open the chest. Good, so these are, it's almost like a little bit of a jumping jack, but there's no jumping. So we're gonna call it a squatting Jill instead of a jumping jack. And let's take just a couple more. Just again, I'm feeling like our lower limbs and our joints need a little attention and love because it's so easy to just move less throughout the day. All right, so now, after your last squatting Jill, which is the best name for an exercise I've ever heard, hold the arms back, good. And then you can rest your hands on your low back and then begin to lift your tailbone as you take the top of the head down. Shake of the head, no. Nodded, yes. And then inhale, we're gonna come up. So now you can put your hands on the floor, or you can put your hands on a chair, on a stool, on something in front of you, okay? So as long as I guess you can still see your computer. So from here, I'm gonna just take my left foot back, and then come forward and stretch. So again, you don't need a surface. You could do this with your hands on the floor, but if it feels more comfortable to have something out in front of you, that works too. Good, so as we lift up, push through the feet, and now send your thighs back and melt the top of your head down towards the floor. So Mary Lou, this is like a wider leg Parsvottanasana. So one leg forward bend, but your feet are wider than we normally have them. Okay, inhale, look up for a moment, step your left foot in, and then take your right foot back. And then from here, just bend the knees once again, coming to stretch. Good, give it just a couple big breaths. Good, and then from here, you can push your weight into your prop and then send the thighs back and take a long stretch. So basically, y'all that come to class with me, often this is in lieu of having blocks, right? You can just use a higher surface. So if anything is confusing or weird, always email me and we'll see what we can do. I might make it weirder and more confusing. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna turn this to the side, but you can keep your hands on your props. You can go to all fours. Yeah, I'm doing it. You can go to all fours. And so from here, what I wanna do is just put your hands on a surface and then take your right leg back. And then you're gonna exhale and just lift your right leg down and up as you keep your spine nice and long, right? So it doesn't need to be super big movement. It's more important that your supporting leg feels straight. Good. And then from here, go ahead and pause, holding that leg lifted. Can you bend and straighten the knee that's in the air? So here you go. Take a 5 and a 4. And so you should feel like if you got your hands on a prop, that you're able to stretch your left hamstring as you're working your right one, right? So now from here, hold, and then send the heel to the sky. Let's take 10 and 9 and 8 and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now stretch the leg back out, set the leg down, and take a long stretch over the with your hands on your prop, on the floor, lo que tú quieras. Okay. So now from here, use another big exhale. Step your back foot in. And now the left leg is going to do some work. So you can always keep a little micro bend in your supporting leg. And also sometimes it's helpful for me, I'm just warming up. I'm lifting the heel and setting it back down. So now with this left leg, I'm going to take it down and up. Again, a little micro bend in the supporting leg. Your neck staying nice and long and relaxed. You'll notice if I keep my head above my neck above my shoulders, I use all the muscles in my spine to support that big lift. So now from here, if you can, bend and straighten the knee. And just again, feeling the glute and hamstring working. Good. And the abdominals, my shirt is not helping here, but you really want to feel the abdominal wall pulling in. Good. And now from here, you're going to flex the foot, heel to the sky, kick, kick, kick for 10, 9. And you'll notice if you just actively reach the heel up, suddenly the work is a little deeper. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, stretch the leg back behind you. Send the hips back. You can reach your arms as far forward as they go. Spine as long as it can be. You know, also, something I find is that your muscles work, they stretch a lot better if you just work them a little bit. Okay, so now let's try this. You're gonna bring your knees to the floor. So again, you can continue to use this prop if it works for you, and then bring your knees right back up. So here you go, we're gonna come down, 2, 3, and lift right back up, 2, 3. So again, this can be done just on all fours, lifting from down dog to the quadruped position. Good. And we're gonna go right back down. See if you can hold the knees hovering above the floor for just a moment. As you do that, open your chest. Shoulder blades pulling together. Abdomen deep for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, reach it back. And again, another nice long stretch. So now, let's see about this. See if you can bring your right knee towards your left nose. And then exhale, lift the leg up. So you're gonna add a little arching of the back as the leg lifts, and the knee is gonna stay bent here. So let's just bring the leg down and up a few times. Good. And on this next final round here, let the leg circle. So lift it and then circle it in the hip socket. 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now circle the other way. 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Exhale, release. Take a long stretch. Shaking the head no. Nodding the head yes. Seeing if you can feel from the head to the tail, you've got a big long release through the whole back. Okie dokie, Smokies, here we go, otro lado. So now you're gonna bring your left knee and nose together and then exhale, reach out. So again, scooping the belly in, exhale, lifting up. Good, scooping the abdomen in, and exhale, reaching up and out. Couple more. And after your next round, go ahead, hold the head lifted, hold the leg lifted, and then see about creating so stability in the back and the hips as the leg circles, and then change the direction. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Excellent. Bring the leg right back down, and then from here, just wag the tail. Shake side to side, shake it up, shake it off. Great. So now I'm going to set this little guy to the side for a moment. And let's come to a seated position. And I'm going to angle this just slightly down. So from here, just go ahead and let the knees be bent. And we'll take our hands here to the backs of the legs. Inhale, stretch, sit all the way up. And then exhale, scoop into the abdomen as you come back. So inhale, squeeze, pull the shoulder blades together. And then exhale, round and pull down. We're not going to do too much seated right here. We'll probably come back to it in a minute. But inhale, lengthen, lift. And then exhale, round and come down. And then all the way up. Once again, lengthening, lifting, and then exhaling, rounding down. So from here, let's go ahead and hold. Float the two arms out. As the navel knits in, we're just going to practice separating the arms. So you're going to reach one arm alongside the ear as the other arm floats down. So exhale, take the arms down and up for 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Very nice. Go ahead, place both palms on the floor under your shoulders, and exhale, press and lift the hips up. Why not just give this a little pulse too? So take the tailbone towards the sky, and we'll go 10, 9, and 8, 7, 6. Keeping a little softness in the elbows so your arm bones are supported there by the work in the muscles. 3 and 2 and 1. Take another big breath. Exhale, lower the pelvis. Weight is super light in your hands. And now you're going to let the legs separate just the way the arms did. So here you go. Take it and separate for 10. And so when you do this, instead of letting the lumbar fall backwards, keep lifting the lumbar and feeling your navel connected to that movement for 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Exhale, place both feet on the floor, and then you're going to roll whichever direction you can still see me. So I'm coming onto my right, which may be your left. No big deal. So take your top hand here to your hip for a moment. Instead of letting the rib cage dip, we're going to exhale, lengthen the rib cage up. Draw the shoulder blades together, do a little neck check. And I'm going to show you this version here of just the clam. So you're letting the top knee lift. Everything else stays steady and stable. Try one more. And then so you're going to repeat that and do 5 of those unless it feels nice to try it with your hips lifted. So everyone can try from this position, just lifting the hips off of the floor. So from here, we'll inhale and exhale, lift up, 2, 3. Take it down, 2, 3. Lift it up, 2, 3, take it down, 2, 3, lift it up. Now if you can hold the lift, add the climb, up and down, take 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. You've all disappeared from your computer. I can't see you because you haven't angled your screen down. It's okay. Exhale, see if you can lower your pelvis down. Try a little moment, slide up. Let that bottom arm stretch. And we're gonna come right back down to that side. So let the forearm come to the floor. And now your top leg is gonna stretch out. So just an up an inch, down an inch, lift for 10, 9. So again, try to keep hips, ribs, shoulders steady, top of the head not dropping so that the neck isn't straining. 3, 2, 1, good. And then bring the leg forward, turn the big toe down and tap. Take 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. If your arm is tired, rest on the floor. Just let the head come all the way down to the floor. Y no pasa nada. Good. So now let the top leg travel behind you, and it's a down and up type situation for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And then from here, last little bit of external rotation. So you can exhale with the kneecap lifted up, toes are together, and then exhale, just extend the leg. So we'll go out for 10, and 9, and 8, and 7. So really feel the work. Outer hip, inner thigh. 2, and 1. Now, this is only if you're really feeling super duper fancy. Don't do this unless you feel incredibly fancy. Right here, right now. Can you lift the bottom hip? Can you extend? So if not, just do that other version we were already doing with the hip down. 2, and 1. Exhale, release. Coming up, let's just take a second. You're gonna switch sides. I'm doing it the less fancy, fun way. Oh, I touched my face, but I'm in the privacy of my own home. I haven't touched my face in public since March 13th. Okay, so now let your, whichever arm, so opposite arm, whatever arm hasn't been worked, it's coming down here. So let's see if we can put all these things together. What will help my back is the lengthening it out, right? So instead of letting the hips or the lumbar float back, I'm gonna pull in and up. And now begin working the external rotation of the top leg. Good. Good, so again, you'll feel glute or underneath the glute, but the glute, and then this whole group of inner thigh muscles here. So stay with this level unless you want to, well, let's all do this together. So hips up and then hips down. So important to control the lower. As you know, I love to say, if you want to get stronger, slower the lower, right? And you'll notice that the strength kind of goes easier on the joints. Let's try 2. And then hold the lift. Top knee can lift down and up 5. And for this is with the bottom hip lifted or not, lo que tú quieras. 3, and 2, and 1. Excellent. Setting that down, I want you to reach up and stretch the other way. So that side that was just working, let it have a little love. Again, I'm thinking of all the nerdy things I like to say. You're only as strong as you are relaxed, right? And in fact, we want to build strength from a place of relaxation. It does us no good to be strong and stressed out. Let's see, shall we reach this leg up? Take it down and up, 10, 9, 8. These little affirmations are probably more for me than maybe anyone else. Exhale, lift 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now the top leg is gonna turn the big toe down, let the leg stretch slightly forward, and then just take it down and up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Bring the leg back behind you, down and up. 10, 9. So this will really, really target, if we get in there good with the leg behind you, the gluteus minimus, which is your smallest little glute muscle. Take it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And then let's bring that leg back in and then externally rotate here once again. Stretch the legs so the kneecaps together, the kneecaps are separated. Then the toes touch. And you're gonna exhale, reach 5. Exhale 4. Exhale 3. Beautiful. Try not to let the knee fall in. Really work that external rotation of the leg. And 1. All right, so now if you want, try that same thing just with the bottom hip lifted. So we'll come up 5 and 4. And then you can be very dance-like with your arms if that makes you feel fancy. 2 and 1. Exhale, release all of that. Come up to seated for just a moment. And oh, throw a little rib cage party all the way around. This is called retired yoga Zumba. This is called getting ready for dinner, Dorothy. Oh, I'm dead. Now I'm dreaming of what you're eating tonight for dinner. I have to tell you, I'm eating leftovers that I've already made, and it may be the strangest frittata I've ever made. Do you want to know what's in it? Yes, yes, yes. Shake everybody's heads go. Bring your hands back behind your head for a moment. Well, you know how it is when you go to the grocery store and sometimes everything's in, and then sometimes the strangest things just aren't in. Well, there was no eggs one time when I went to the store. So all Whole Foods had was duck eggs. So I got duck eggs and I made a frittata with blue cheese, butternut squash, and duck eggs. So that's what's for dinner tonight at this house. Stretch your ribs side to side here just a moment. Good. And then you can reach it all the way around. And then there'll be a salad and probably sourdough toast. Okay, so now we're gonna try that unfolding of our legs once again and start moving stuff down towards the floor. So those of you who have trickiness getting down and up from the floor, a few things. I wish I had Rosie's email, but this is Rosie's trick. She likes to put something heavy on her ankles. That's always a help. You could anchor your feet to the wall. You can always put pillows behind you to help you get the floor a little closer to you. But we're gonna work on getting down and up from the floor a few times. So get the props you need. Give props to props. And here we go. We're gonna inhale, take your hands to your ankles. And then exhale, bring your ribs down. We're gonna start slowly lowering to the floor. Exhale, letting the tailbone reach towards the heels, and then your head, your chest being the last things to come down. Inhale, the arms float up. And then exhale, your belly pulls down, the tailbone reaches towards the heels, the head lifts, the shoulders, the shoulder blades, the rib cage. Good. Those of you who, I forgot to mention this too, you can hold your weights in your hands. In fact, let's all do a few rounds holding our weights, and then we'll add a couple little arm drills in there. But you'll just notice this helps you get down and up from the floor. So here we go, sitting up nice and tall over your sitting bones, your isquiones. Let's exhale, pull the front of the ribs in, and then begin this slow lowering once again. 5 and 4, so really segmenting the vertebra as you go. 3 and 2 and 1, inhale. And exhale, take it up, head, shoulders, shoulder blades, rib cage, lumbar, sacrum. Good, and then your tailbone's the last thing to come up. So go ahead and hold the arms out in front for just a moment, and everybody can reach 2, 3, and pull in 2, 3. So you're gonna reach 2, 3, and pull in 2, 3, reach 2, 3, pull in 2, 3. This time, hold the weights out. Now take your right hand with the weight to your left collarbone, and let's see about lowering all the way to the floor on a 5, a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1. Inhale, a big breath. One big breath in. Exhale, lift the head, the chest, the shoulder blades, the rib cage. All the way right back up. Beautiful. So now that arm stretches out, take the left hand to your right collarbone. Inhale. And then exhale from your belly. You're going to lower down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale. And exhale, coming up, lifting the head, the chest, until we're all the way up. Okay, ready for super duper fun challenge? Cross the arms. And then if you want, cross your right leg over your left. Oh, and then let's put the left arm over the right. Good, so now from here, let's see about lowering all the way to the mat on a 5, a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1. Good. Okay, can you hold your legs in this position with the ankles crossed and then lift the legs just down and up? 10 and 9 and 8 and 7 and 6 and 5. So up an inch, down an inch. Belly is pulling deep, deep, deep. 3 and 2 and 1. Exhale. Lower the legs down. Now we're going to lift the head, the chest, shoulders, shoulder blades. Holy moly, that was tricky. All right, change the cross of the arms. Change the cross of the legs. Are we ready? Bart?
Yes.
Okay, good. Here we go. Inhale. And exhale, slowly begin the lowering right back down to the mat on a 5, on a 4, on a 3, on a 2, on a 1. Now we'll pause down here. If it feels okay, knit the belly in, feel the center strong, and then lift the 2 legs down and up. 10 and 9 and 8 and 7 and 6. Now, are you feeling this like gangbusters between the ribs and the hips? Bart?
Yes.
Okay. 2 and 1. Exhale, lower it down. Big breath, inhale. And exhale, rising up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, the arms can reach out. This time we're gonna come down, legs uncrossed, and then we'll do a couple little drills from the floor. So you'll inhale and exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. And now from here, you're gonna lift the pelvis, pull the elbows in. So we're gonna lower the pelvis, let the arms float up. Let's go like this for 5 and down. And 4 and down. And 3 and down. And 2 and down. And 1. Good. Can you hold the pelvis lifted and then take the arms up? Right arm alongside the ear. It pulls right back up. So you're going to lower the left and bring it up. Right comes down and up. Left comes down. Good. Let's try now. Arms alongside the ears. as your pelvis lowers, and then exhale right up and lift. So here you go. Take 5 and up. Take 4 and up. Take 3 and up. Take 2 and up. Take 1. Thank you very much. And now from here, I want to try a little, let the right arm lower, let the left leg lift. So you're just going to take 10 and 9 and 8 and 7. So again, this beautiful stabilizing through the right glute and hamstring as the opposite side is really working. 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Hold the weights together. Take your left foot, cross it over the right, no weight on it, and now lift the sitting bones. 10, 9, 8. If this is terrible or not going to work for you, don't worry about it. Just set the left foot down. No pasa nada. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Set the left foot down. Ooh, that was very hard work for me. Anybody else? Bart, was that hard for you?
It's always been hard since we started.
And some things just don't actually get easier. They become more invigorating. Oh. So from here, shoulder blades together, tailbone lifts, and now you're going to exhale the left arm and right leg. Here they go. Take 10 and 9 and 8 and 7 and 6, and really focus on keeping the tailbone steady. 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Hold the weights together. Now take your right foot, cross it over the left, press deeply through your left side, and lift the sitting bones. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That dog sounds like my hamstring. Exhale, release, let that come down. Set your 2 weights on the floor for just a moment and hug the knees up over the chest. Rock your back side to side just a little bit. And then we're going to do some lifting head and chest and extending legs here. So go ahead, if you feel you're feeling it, interlace the fingers, move the hand behind the head, and we'll exhale, lift the head and chest up. Good. And then just stretch your right leg out. Now up, now down, and in. Lower the head and chest as the leg comes in. Here we go. Exhale, lift your head and chest, gaze to the abdomen, stretch and extend the left leg out, and up, and down, and in. Leg pulls in, inhale, and exhale, head and chest up, let the right leg come out, and up, and down, and in. We're going to do that with the left leg one more time and then add on. So now from your left leg out and up. So really watch your navel as the leg comes up. You want to pull that down. Good. All right. So now from here, exhale, lift the head and chest. Stretch your right leg out. And then rotate your ribs towards your your left thigh and pulse into it for 10 and 9 and 8 and 7 and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, take a big breath. Lower that all back down. Check in with your back. So again, building strength as we relax. Exhale, lift the head and chest up. Stretch and extend the left leg out. And then the left ribs are going to reach towards the right thigh, and we'll pulse into that for 10 and 9 and 8 and 7 and 6, 5, 4, 3. Really try to keep the left leg steady as possible, steady as you can. 2 and 1. Inhale back to the center. Use an exhale, lift the head and chest, extend the 2 legs up to 90 degrees. And then from here, I'm going to lower my left leg as I reach my right leg a little bit closer towards me. And then exhale, change the position of the 2 legs. So here we go. You're working your abdominals and stretching your hamstrings. What a joy. So exhale, we'll take 5 and 4 and try to keep the chest open and lifted. 3 and 2 and 1. Very nice. A little pause. Lower the head and chest. Hands behind the thighs. Exhale, press your hands into the thighs as you let the pelvis come off of the floor. So let the weight of the legs kind of help stretch your low back. If that's not for you, just leaving your legs at 90 degrees might be a good modification there. So let's try that one more time. Hands back behind the leg. And then you can exhale to lift up. Good. And then you could play with lifting one leg from this configuration. In Pilates, this is called control balance. So from here, if your hands and feet are together, you could lift one leg, inhale out, set it right back down. Lift the opposite leg, inhale out, set it right back down. You could take this one or two more times. It's a prep for an exercise called the jackknife, which some of us have worked on together. Exhaling up. Good, and now from here, you're gonna slowly roll all of that back down. Good, arms come to your sides for a moment. Open the arms into a T shape and let the knees float to the right. Inhale, they'll move back through your center, and exhale, move the knees over to the left. Inhale back through your center, and exhale, the knees float to the right. And try this just a couple more times. You may find that you enjoy trying this with your legs slightly further apart. I think it is a glorious thing. It kind of stretches more deeply. Quadriceps and hip flexors, I know Dickie likes to stretch those. So front body tightening. The other thing just in general that helps us release the front body is to work on glute and hamstring strength, right? And strength isn't just, oh, I taught my muscles to do a deadlift, right? But it's like if I taught my muscles to work and be strong with me all day long through my gardening, through my cooking, through my sheltering in place. Okay, so now let the two legs come up in the air for just a moment and try circling your ankles and your wrists. And circle the other way. We're going to create a deeper twist here by letting your right leg come down and lengthen. And then let the left leg come across your body. This time, we don't always do it this way, but your lumbar spine does come up off of the floor. And you can stretch your right hand towards your left toes and take your left arm down to the floor. And then try to actively move your right inner thigh towards the floor. Good. Fold the knees up and bring your legs back to the center. So now the left leg reaches away from you, right leg up, arms anchor into the floor. So you're about now stretching your right leg. So if you go slow, Betty, you'll get into the IT band as you take yourself into this little stretch here. So the things to think about are shoulder blades anchored into the floor, inner thigh, on the left leg now pressing down towards the floor, abdomen in. And then we'll exhale and bring your two legs back in over your chest. So now just take any little movements you want, anything you didn't do yet. Oh, you may like this. Opposite hand and elbow, knees go one way, arms go the other way. There's this beautiful moment in the day after you've exercised or done something with yourself that was physical, where I feel, at least for me, I feel better. So take a moment here to just acknowledge that space. You've created some energy for yourself. You've done it, you've relaxed. See if you can close your eyes and just root into those sensations. And then slowly, when you feel ready, just begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And circle the ankles and the wrists. And draw your knees over your chest. Rock the back side to side, front to back. Roll to one side. We'll bring ourselves up into a seated position. 6:30. Palms before the heart. Bow the head. And we'll close the eyes. Amigos, amigas, todo el mundo, thank you. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Be well.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Thanks,
Elizabeth.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye,
Thank you.
Elizabeth. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Liz. Bye. Bye.
Thank you,
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye, Jean.
Bye.
Bye, Betty. Bye, Mary Lou.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, Sarah, you did it.
I did. Love you. Thank you so much.
You, yeah.
That was great.
Yeah.
Oh, I miss
It's
you.
I miss you too. It's so much more fun in person, but I mean, we're doing it.
But this feels good. This
It
feels
does
good.
feel really good. It's saving me.
Me too.
Margarita, montón de
Gracias.
besos. All right.
Bye.
Laura. Bye.
Adios.
There they all go, one by one. Bye, Karen. Bye, Margarita. Bye,
Adios.
Laura. Katie. Katie's still there?
Adios.
Ugh.
Adiós, adiós.
Adiós, amiga.
Gracias por todo. Besitos.
Sí, nos vemos.
Vale, gracias.
Okay, hasta luego. Bye, Karen. Bye, y'all. Okay, here we go.